Okay, so to demonstrate how strong my eyelet connection is, I've just created this pretty basic model just to represent a lure. Now I'll roll it back and give you some dimensions. This is a very simple loft. We got 6mm circle into an 8mm circle, back down to a 6mm circle. Couple of fillets on the end, same as I would at the end of my, on the tail end of your lure. I then split the model and then created the same eyelet cutout shapes that I used in my previous basic lure design episode. Then the pinholes, and then a cavity. Now the cavity is just to make the point that all the strength is coming just from this area. If I were to glue, if this was solid and I were to glue that whole area, I guess you could argue that that's where your strength is coming from. So this is just to prove the strength in this area here. Now a couple of locating pins will go in there. I always do that on my lures. And then a little holding tab that makes life much easier when you're super gluing. Anyway, the model is on the printer as we speak, so I'll see you in the workshop. This is the model straight off the printer. It's come out pretty good. So the first step, we're just going to remove the support. So I just got this little thing. I'm trying to do it through the camera, a little bit awkward. You see this works nicely just to flick out that support. And these little, where the eyelet cuts are, just like that. That's the little holding tab. Again, the same with this one. It's quite fiddly. I've never made a lure this small, so surprised that it's come out really good. You can see how nice and easily these little eyelet cutout supports go too. There you go. So next we'll put it together. This is my straightened filament. You can see that that's that 2.2. It's a little bit loose, that one. That's better, that one. I'll just check these ones. So that's nice, that one. I might actually just put a touch of glue in here. Should have cut that earlier. So there and there. And then just trim these down. Like that. I think I've cut enough off there. Much harder when I'm trying to do it through the camera. Now, I don't know why I put that just there for props. So now we just glue. See how handy it is to have that tab on the back to hang on to. Now we just glue here. That's only a 1 millimeter wall. So normally I would have 2 millimeter walls. So then that's it, right? We're ready to put that together. There, a little bit tricky. Now, pliers, and just gently squeeze it. I'd be happy with that. Now, where'd my filament go? Over here. Right, so we're good to go. Now this just slots in, like I said in the video, it's actually nice fit. And then this one, nice fit. Now what you can do, I've got a little, so I've just made this little thing up here too, just to help. Sometimes you might need to like that. And then trim that. Like that. Okay, it is normally easy when you don't have to, when I'm not worrying about the camera. I've got a tripod leg between my legs, and I'm looking over the top of the camera here, so it's a little tricky. But that's it. Now, just kind of check, make sure you're happy with it being pretty straight, if it was a lure, and then super glue into the cavity. You can see, hopefully that showed up on the camera, but you could see how the glue actually really does get down and into that cavity. Flip it around. Same again. And that's it. Obviously when that's dry, you trim all these tags off, and if it was a lure, then you'd, once you've sanded it and finished it off, you wouldn't even know those tabs were there, and the pins come out nice and flush against the sides. So anyway, that's it. We'll let that dry, probably only an hour or two or so. Anyway, I'll see you in the next step. Okay, so we're ready to go here now. See, I've got this as it was. Now I'm just going to tie, this is 50-pound monofilament. I'm going to do just like a 3 or 4 wrap uni knot on here. 3. Trim that. Then I'll just do like a double granny here, just to create a loop. And then trim that. So you got that. And then just the same on the other end. There. Again. Okay. Yeah, so we end up with that sort of a thing happen. Actually, I'm going to trim. So, let's see. There. Anyway, I think I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to take the camera. Okay, so I've taken the camera out. I'm going to have to try and do this by hand. So I'll flip that. Yeah, just so you can see I've got some Shimano scales. These go to 10 kilos. Oh, come on. There. And I've got a hook here. So I'm just going to hook this onto there. Come back. And hook that onto there. And then I'll reset this slider. So that slider works off the bottom. So you can see I'm now about to put pressure on this. And I can feel a knot, I think a knot just slipped. But what did I get to there? Man, won't focus. Come on, focus for me. There. So I'm pretty well at 7 kilos already. So now I'm going to keep going. That's actually quite a lot of pressure. And I think I just hit the maximum. So you can see I'm actually bumping that. Something broke. Let's have a look. It actually wasn't the lure, the eyelet or anything. Okay, so I had a look around and I found this. Now it looks like the knot slipped, but I think you can safely say that it also snapped, because that is the other half. Yeah, so I just thought I'd show you that, but clearly my eyelet did not break, did not pull out, and I'm tempted to go again and just to do it, but I'm pretty convinced that that's been a good solid demonstration. So 10 kilos, I don't think you're ever going to be fishing more than 10 kilos of drag, nowhere near it on these size eyelets. Like I make these bigger lures here. These eyelets are much bigger and have a much stronger system, and then yeah, you probably want these to be going over 10, but for something this size, I don't think you can honestly beat that connection. So anyway, thanks guys, and I'll see you next time.